We got a caller on the line. I think it's Miles. Hi, Miles.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Hey, great, glad to have you on the show. It's absolute madness over there. Good for you for, getting the temperature of Americans. You're, of course, in the Madison area, not far from there. And what's your take? I guess Obama was out there recently?
So a few days ago, it was announced that Obama and Tim Walz would be coming to Madison, but the actual location of the event wasn't even mentioned until I'm talking about 3 hours before the event. And so I don't know what the purpose of this event was. They held it at basically the Coliseum. And if you're trying to get out the student population, why didn't they host it at the university? Plenty of places there. There's the Kohl Center, which is like the basketball sports arena. That's where he had his event back in 2008 when he first ran for president. They didn't host it there. If you're trying to get out the urban vote, why not host it somewhere like Warner Park, which is on the north side? But instead, they host it at the Coliseum on a Tuesday. They don't even tell you what time it is. They literally, the website and the news said, between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. And it's like one of my friends, joked about with me and said, the only person that really bring it out to this are basically like white suburban retired teachers. It was so ridiculous. And I went to the event, and the first thing I noticed, I was really surprised that there was parking available. I actually parked a couple miles away and walked up because I thought there was going to be no parking, and I get there. And so I interviewed everybody I could as they walked up, and I asked them, what's an important issue to you in this election? Same question to everybody. And they all said the exact same 3 words. It was 60% said democracy. 30% with a little bit of overlap said either women's rights, reproductive health care, abortion. There was like a handful of people, like maybe 5 people who said the environment, 5 people who said the economy, a couple people who said healthcare, nothing else. Everything else was very metaphysical, metaphorical, things like honesty, compassion. It was just like there was no actual serious policies that they were mentioning.
Is Wisconsin going to go with Trump or with the Democrats? What do you think?
At this point, I have to really think that I think Trump will win Wisconsin again.
Wow.
At the same time, I think the U.S. Senate candidate Hovde will lose. I think it's going to be one of those split years where Wisconsin goes one way for one Democrat and then another way for one Republican.
How do people access your content online to see these interviews?
YouTube at Wisconsin Radio. The name of the channel is Wisconsin International Radio, but if you just look up at Wisconsin Radio, you'll be able to find it.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Miles Kristen coming to us from not far from Madison.